Hello, hello, hello. I am always saying that, and I am moving this too much. How are you today? Did you have a good weekend? I sure hope so. I'm going to just check my connection here, make sure I am good. Um, yes. What happened? The Weekender canceled his concert. He had to leave the stage. He started his show and something was wrong. Now, there's a lot of talk on social media about the right and the wrong. I got to tell you, I've been where he's been. I've been hoarse and I've pushed through. He made the right decision. I'll explain and unpack that and unpack what's coming up for him in order to do and change what's happening. Now, he said, I don't know what's happening. He said it's killing him. Okay, that he had to do that. So the humility, the upset, how he must feel. Okay, I'm going to go through that. All right, but the first thing I got to do is say, such a day, yeah, such a mighty fine day, yeah. Woo! What can I say? It is a good day. If you make it a good day, the decisions we make are going to make or break the future that we have. Sometimes in a decision which seems extremely hard, which is what the Weeknd did. He made the hard decision of stopping the show because something was wrong. Now, there are people that say, oh, he should have continued on straining. Oh my gosh, everybody strains. Well, yes, at some point in our lives, in our singing lives, you're going to have a problem with your voice. What you do, though, will make all the difference in the world. You have, and if anyone out there knows the Weeknd, knows the people that know him in order to get to him, please give the message that I know what to do to fix the problem. Not only the problem with the physical, but the mental, to make him stronger, okay, and the spiritual. Because I too have gone through what he's gone through, and I am out the other end and helping singers that are straining on stage stop it, okay? And 3 things you want to have, and I got them right down here. He's going to have confidence, control, and strength. Way more of confidence, control, and strength. And now I'm going to talk to all you other singers as well for confidence, control, and strength. And that's what we all want, right? Now, the decision that we make or we don't make about this, the decision is so hard. How horrible to feel that there are tens of thousands of people counting on you. And you might say, well, he could have gone on. He could have damaged his voice really bad. You can strain your voice, know that there's a problem, and stop, or you can go on and injure more. That decision is one that I didn't heed a lot of times. I just banged right through it. And a lot of people do that. I've had students that are in the studio, let me just go, oh my gosh. And now they're in trouble. Their voices are in trouble, but they have enough time to recoup. But there are other concerts. You see, he has other concerts to do. And if you want longevity in your life, you're going to have to think, do I damage more? Do I go on? Do I give a crappy show? And is that for the ego? A lot of times it's, I have to do that, and we're thinking that we must do that and you got to go on and the show must go on. Yes, if you are intelligent about it and you know what to do to save yourself. But in his own words, I have my notes, honey, I don't know what just happened. Okay, he didn't know, but he knew he was in trouble. The best thing is to be humble, and do let go. If you know you really are in trouble. Evidently, he really was in trouble. He didn't know what happened, but he knew if he continued on, he's going to really injure his voice. So the naysayers, the ones that say, oh, you should have kept going and how disappointed you are, you haven't been on that stage. Maybe you haven't been on a large stage. Maybe in life you are just a watcher and it's easy. You watch a football game. Hey, that guy, why did he do that? And then you might be a loyal fan that says, it's okay. And you know what? It is disappointing. You spent money, you spent time, you spent effort, you were ready to enjoy, and your immediate satisfaction was taken by a choice of the person you were looking at for all of that was healthy for him. Not the most easy choice in the world. He was devastated. You were disappointed. He was devastated. He went backstage, I know. He went backstage and just felt horrible. Not knowing what to do next. I'm sure his managers are getting a vocal coach and getting some help. Hopefully they understand not only the immediate thing, but the underlying factors that are going on. What was going on mentally? What happened before the show? What are his habits before and prepping for the show? What are the habits as he gets ready to do shows? What are the workout habits? What are your habits? You see, it's no different whether they're 70,000 or there are 5 people in the audience. You are going to go through similar things of having problems with your voice. Maybe not as extreme, and maybe so. Maybe even worse that you, like me, I had nodes. I lost my voice. I strained constantly to the point where I had the nodes, you see. He doesn't want to get to that point. But there's so many underlying factors. And now going into this here, you're going to have, and he's going to look at, okay, the reasons, which could be mental, physical, and emotional, and the revelations or the reevaluations. So now you got to go through the what, when, where, why, and all of that. Okay, so you've got to reevaluate everything because it's you want to be excellent. You want to be the cream of the crop, the best. And that means prep work. That means making sure before the stage, before you go on, there's nothing upsetting you. You're so honed in with your rituals and your habits. And this is something I am catching, the rituals and habits. Ed Milet, I am so thrilled with the course that I'm taking, as I mentioned, Mastermind with Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi, but also with Audible. I have Audible and I'm going through 2 books and I'm eating them up. The one book that is mentioning the rituals and habits is Ed Milet, and it's the one more, the power of one more. And he quotes Octavia Butler. I hope I got her name right. Forget inspiration, which a lot of times we want to be inspired, and if he was inspired to go on and all the audience is out there and they want me out there and he was really inspired. No, he had to realize and step back. But it is your habit that is more dependable. See, the decision that he made was really good because he's going to go back now. This was so devastating. He's going to really check what his rituals and his habits are. And we can get into that. But what I want to say is in the reevaluation, then you go to readjustment. And that is where you have your rituals, changing of the rituals that you have before you go on stage, before you do your practice, when you're doing your practice, how you're doing your practice, how you look at all the songs that you do, how you think about going on stage. And when you're on stage, how to turn the things around that are going bad. If he had that in his bag of tricks, as I say, if he had that, he could maybe have turned it around. Maybe. Okay. So the readjust is how and what you do, and the commitment to do. The commitment to do. Okay. You're going to have to make the changes, do the changes. If this is what's happening to you, you've got to make those changes. How do you make those changes? What are the changes you make? That's where I come in with the rituals and habits. And we go through, just like I need to go through with him. What were you thinking? You know, looking at the show, and the emotions will come up of what happened. And then how do you then go to change what you're doing? If you do not change it, it is bound to happen. How about your physical habits? What are you eating before? Was there a good warm-up? Was there a warm-up that served the songs that he was doing to serve the songs that you're doing? Okay. So now also, was it an incident that happened? Was it an accumulation? Or was it an upset? So if it's an incident, sometimes it just happens. And we can, it just will happen to all of us at some point in our career. You hopefully have it happening when you practice, because you got to practice your show. You've got to practice like you're standing there. You have to warm the voice up. You have to go through exercises that are going to get you ready for that excellence of singing that you're doing. Was it an accumulation? For you, is it an accumulation of your habits that you do and the rituals? Are those things that you do and how you look at them, how you cancel out whether you do the right things or you go through doing them because you are committed? What is the accumulation of what you do to make your performance really good and not strain, not have to walk off the stage or record and at the end you're dead? Shouldn't be. Okay. Or was it an upset? You can have personal, emotional things happen. You can have something happen with the music, the lights, whatever. You can have emotional things happen. And you go on stage and you just had somebody approach you that was saying something negative. Can't let those people near you. They're bad. So look at everything. And then the other thing is the deeper, the mental, the self-sabotage. This is what I used to do. Don't continue. Okay? I self-sabotaged because I didn't have enough of myself built up to take that in hand and get rid of it. And that takes work, hard work. I've gone through the work. I've gone through what it takes in order to make those changes. And that's what he needs. He can have it. The Weeknd, you can have those things. You can make the changes. You can do, but you've got to do all the work just like you were doing when you were doing the abuse, the drugs. You can't have weed. You can't have marijuana. You can't have any smoking. It irritates the vocal folds, the membrane. So you can't have that. Was that close to when you were doing the show? So biting the hard bullets is going to be so important for your life in singing, because singing is for a lifetime. I say my age again. I am 3/4 to being a century, an antique. And I'm singing strong. Ah, yeah. And I haven't warmed up, but I'm not going to hurt myself. I know what to do. I'm doing it in the practice. Lots more than I practiced before. I'm fine. I can do it. That's what happens. Okay, so what were the habits? Was it just an occurrence? Okay, for you, if you want help with your voice, if you are straining, if you've lost your voice, or even if you have nodes, or you're beginning and don't know what you're doing, you're straining, whoever is straining, I have a workshop, a mastermind, and I'm going to have a course, and it is for confidence, control, and strength, CCS. So I'm going to do that workshop for you, the mastermind, in order to give you the tools that you need so that you're ready to take that course and dive in deep for what you need to protect your voice. Because that's what it's all about. Going in and protecting your voice, going in and doing the hard work. Are you ready to do the hard work? Are you ready to have the answers? You need to be. You need to be dedicated. You can't just say it and not do it. It's easy to think it and think what you want. I want to not strain. I want to be able to sing those high notes. I want to be able to soar, have confidence when I stand on stage. See, the first thing out of his mouth when he said hello was a crack, an indication. There needs to be a mental shift right then. You have to have that ability to shift, that ability to change. And that only comes with your habits and then the rituals also that get you the habit. Like the ball players, Ed Milet had mentioned, they'll tap the bat or they'll do something right before. When I lift weights, I go like this before I do free weights, bench press. I do a habit before I do that. And it is always, and then I'm there with them, one on each leg, getting ready. And I prep. We all do a prep. We all do our habits. And you've got to refine those habits so that they are the best for your execution when you go on the stage of life, in recording or live, whatever it is. It's behind the scenes 10 times that makes the difference. So this one I think is going to be a little bit short, but it has so many things in it. You ready to join me? You ready to work hard? My students know we work hard. We love what we do. It isn't halfway, it's all the way. All right? Love what you do and do what you love. Then if you do that, if you say that, then you got to follow through with all of the steps to do that. I have the tools for you to do that. You ready? So if you want to, if you're dogged about getting better, then okay, you know what you're going to do? Okay. Do you know what you're going to do? You are going to go to marquitawaters.com and you're going to sign up on the wait list for the course. Sign up for that wait list, okay? And I'm going to put my banner here. Okay, there you go. Go to marquitawaters.com and put your information and put in there wait list. Okay, just put wait list and I'll know you're on the wait list for the course. Then when the workshop comes in before, you're going to be in the workshop. It's free, no problem. The mastermind is free. Okay, but I will show you the things. I will give you those tools right then in order to know that when you step on stage, you're going to be okay. You're going to soar with your notes. It's so important, mentally, physically, and spiritually. You got to be strong, okay? Listen, you have a wonderful day. Love you, love you, love you. Remember, love what you do and do what you love. Again, if you know the Weeknd, have him get in contact with me. I understand totally what he's going through, and I have the answers. Okay, I can really help him. I feel so sorry he went through with that and had to go through that. It is so hard. Have mercy, okay? You want people to be merciful to you. Give a little mercy and kindness to him. He's hurting right now. So if you're his fan, go on Twitter, go on Instagram, Facebook, wherever it is, and wish him all the best. And be there on the next concert, okay? All right. I'm going to see ya. Bye. Bye. Okay.